Hello again, Struck Pup. Welcome back to another evening of streaming with me, Struck. Today we will be doing some more Torchlight 3 and more on the Bane Dusk Mage on the single player mode that I'm trying to gear up so I can make that Venomous or whatever I'm gonna call it build with Venomous Maw. It's taking a while. And I hope I can get at least one of the two items. The Imbue Relic or the Frost Wall items. But RNG hasn't been really good to me. So we'll keep trying. Today, maybe tomorrow. And if tomorrow, if after tomorrow I haven't gotten it, maybe I can just make the build as it is and just mention the right items, the right synergies. I want to avoid doing that, but in the end I can't waste a whole month just trying to gear up one single build. So yeah, let's do some... I really want to get rid of those maps, so I'm probably gonna start with those today. Just so I can get them out of the way. Oh, and... yeah, I need to slot this one somewhere here. Okay, let's go. Let's do those maps. Start with the blue one for a warm-up, and then after that the legendary one. Come on. Oh wait, I accidentally put entropy yesterday because I wanted to show something. This needs to be here. Just realized I had the wrong skill. So the quest for the pancakes. I'm gonna try and get the pancake before I rush. Oh, PS Leviathan is back. Says, did you enjoy the primal update of Godfall, or there wasn't really much? It was so-so. I mean, it improved the game, but it didn't add many new things. It still feels the same, like the same game. The grind still feels pretty boring and pretty repetitive. I definitely agree that that there were some improvements to the game, although it wasn't matchmaking, which people were asking for. I'm assuming probably half of the community was asking for matchmaking. Well, they knew that, but they still are not ready with the matchmaking. Although they did mention that they know it a few months ago. So it's weird why they couldn't finish matchmaking in those couple of months. Is it that difficult to add a matchmaking system? But the primal update in general in Godfall, those primal items right now kind of push you towards doing Ascended Tower of Trials. Ascended Tower of Trials is the only place where you can get those items, which basically narrows your options pretty much to just a single type of endgame to do. Yes, there is a reason why one would want to do the Dreamstones, and the way they've made the Dreamstones now, it actually is pretty nice. Because you can focus farm the things you want, and there's reasons to not rush the Dreamstones. If you wanna make a super overpowered boss fight super strong, you can just keep doing Dreamstones endlessly, as long as you do side objectives. And Dreamstones are for materials, for upgrade materials that are much harder to get from the tower without the focus farming of the Dreamstones. So I do agree that it's okay, it's not bad having Dreamstones be for materials, Ascend the Tower of Trials be for item drops. But they made the item drops only from chests. So not only killing monsters is pretty much not gonna result in any primals, but I don't know, it's weird. I mean, why would they make it only in the Tower of Trials and only from chests? And they could have at least made it only in the Tower of Trials and from drops as well, not just from chests to drop primal gear. And primal gear is very underwhelming. It's just the same item with 50% stronger legendary affix, or not legendary, that affix at the top, the primary affix, it's 50% stronger. So it feels a little bit weird, although I do like how they've made that Paragon Ascension level system, although I think the XP that is needed to level up is much more than it needs to be. I think they need to reduce the XP to like 30, 40, 50% of what we've got right now. Ideally it would be 35% of what's needed to level up right now. That would be the actual level up, otherwise it's too grindy and it just feels boring. That's just my opinion though, because I hate grind. I guess an MMO player probably would enjoy the grindiness of Godfall a bit more than me. And I think it's okay, but it's more of the same. That's what it is. That's what Godfall is right now. Slightly improved, but it's still the same old Godfall. But a few steps in the right direction. Probably not the steps people were expecting though. They're taking small steps, yes, and I think they shouldn't have rushed into adding the primal update. I think all the development power that they put into developing the primal thing, which probably didn't take much development, honestly. Just making a new item rarity that is just the old ones, the old legendary items, but with with 50% stronger affix. But yeah, all that should have been put towards other things, such as new type of endgame, or such as adding new varieties of the tower room. The tower is still the same elevator, the same room, the same elevator, the same room. Yes, different enemies and different encounters, but visually it looks the same. And see, if I'm gonna be fighting in the same room and in the same elevator for 30 levels, which yeah, now it's not 100 but 30 levels, which I really like, I'd much rather like to at least see visually slightly reskinned rooms. I wouldn't mind it being the same room at first, but with some reskins to look like a desert room, like a jungle room, and so on. Just so I have at least a little bit of a sense of being in a different place, in a different room. Obviously I would like to see more room designs and more room layouts, not just your typical square room with the 4 pillars and the 4 places where monsters spawn, including the center. But yeah, I would actually like to see a new endgame completely different from Dreamstones and the tower. But at first they could maybe just give us more diversity in the tower in regarding how the rooms look like. Just add some vegetation, add some different textures, reskin the current rooms at first before giving us new room layouts and stuff. But I think it's overall a decent update. Just it feels boring. If you got bored from the game before, it's not gonna get you really excited to go back into it yet. At least not for me and not for my friends. Although my friends quit because the performance is terrible. They have 3070 and 3080 Nvidia GPUs. In the tower, their FPS goes from 140, 50, 60 to 60 and 50 as soon as the elevator, as soon as the tower starts, after the first few seconds of the tower. When they do Dreamstones, they crash the same way I used to crash. So before they used to have 1066 gigabytes, the guy that got 3070, and the one that has 3080, he used to have 1070 titanium. And they at least didn't crash before, although I was crashing with my 1060. Now they are crashing when we do Dreamstones, the same way I used to. So the performance in the game is still better optimized for Radeon graphic cards, because it's an AMD game, like Borderlands. They have a deal with AMD, so they're focusing on optimizing the game for AMD more than for Nvidia, which is not fair, to be honest. If people are gonna spend as much money as to buy a 3070 and 3080, they would expect a game like Godfall to run smoothly, not to have poop FPS. So yeah, my friends played for less than an hour maybe and then quit again and went to play Inquisitor, Martyr and Division 2. So they still need to work on that performance in Godfall, because some people just can't enjoy playing a game if it runs like shit, if it runs with ridiculously bad FPS for their machines. Especially in a game like Godfall, where fast reaction and not wagging, not getting FPS drops could be crucial for how well you use your build and how well you dodge attacks and stuff like that. See, Godfall may not be a competitive game where you would want 120, 140 FPS and stuff like that, but due to the nature of the combat, how it's all about dodging, placing yourself, timing your attacks, things like that, you could benefit greatly from good FPS and refresh rates in one game like Godfall. Whereas in a game like this one, yeah, you still could benefit greatly from having a good refresh rate for faster reaction, but you can live even on 60 FPS in a game like this without feeling like you're not doing sufficiently well. The timing is not that important here. Obviously it's good to have some timing, but the combat here is slightly different. Let's collect some contract rewards, but nice to see you again, Pierce. How have you been? Did you play a Magic Legends, the alpha? I've been playing it. I leveled up my Mind Mage to level 30. Yesterday I leveled up the Necromancer to level 30 and started the Sanctifier, and today my Sanctifier before my stream was 26, so tonight I'm gonna get it to level 30 and maybe start a Geomancer. I just wanna level up all the heroes, so when the game launches I can tell people, hey, I played this hero and I think it's good for those types of decks and those types of decks, and you can synergize it with this or that, something like that. I cannot stream it. There is a non-disclosure agreement. I cannot talk about the things in alpha that are private. I can talk about some things that they have already revealed publicly. So, for example, we know about skirmishes, we know about the difficulties and the missions from the story that we can repeat and recycle. We know about some things about the itemization. I can't tell you details about itemization because it's work in progress and there's some placeholders and stuff still there. Because as you know from that developer video, they're reworking the itemization based on feedback from the previous alpha players. But the artifact system, they have already shown the artifact system in a way and talked about it. They have talked about some of the classes and showed them, so I can talk about some of those. If you have any questions, ask. I cannot talk about the cash shop, and the only thing I can say is I don't like it, not one bit, and I hope they change some things. But apart from that, I can't review any details regarding the monetization, unfortunately. But at least I'm gathering information, I'm collecting information, I'm experimenting. I want to level up every single hero, every single class. I want to improve my base without revealing what the base is and what you can do there. but I want to do some improvements there, just to see what I can unlock. Yeah, I mean, right now it's still alpha. Alpha means some features are missing. Some features are missing, meaning some features are either in the process of being reworked, not added yet, or would be removed or changed after feedback. We'll see. When the game goes into beta, that would mean everything is in place and it's just the phase for fixing bugs and polishing whatever has already been made. So Magic Legends is clearly, from what I've seen, still in alpha, and I don't see how it will be ready for March 23rd. I hope they delay the game to like May maybe, or June even, because I think they either gave us a very incomplete alpha, or they're planning to launch a very bad beta. Or maybe they're super quick with the development and they have a lot of stuff that is developed, they just didn't share it with us in the alpha. I can only guess. But I would actually like to see Magic Legends get a delay by 1 or 2 more months and not launch in March. From what I've seen, without giving specifics. Let's see. But hopefully the data from all the people playing that they get helps them improve the game. Even by just playing, people are helping, because that gives them data. Just like the Torchlight devs said long ago, that us by just playing the game are helping them improve it, because they are taking notice of what we do, what we use, what we level up, where we die, from what enemies we die, and so on. All of those things get walked when you play online. I'm assuming the same is for Magic Legends. They can see what people are doing, what skills and spells they're upgrading and choosing, what decks they're building and using, what classes they're playing more than others, and so on. Man, that's a lot of rewards to collect. I'm gonna switch to this one. Now that I've gotten all the unlocks. Oh, I've gotten all the unlocks I wanted to get, so now I can focus on farming the contracts. Oh, North Mace, nice. Level 60 North Mace. Now I just need the Frost Wall. This one even has a socket. Now I just need a Frost Wall and the Ancient Ember Boots. That's all I need. And then I can just make the build. Damn, I'm getting chill. Chill enchant system, give me something that's damage. Come on, give me that ice damage. Ice, baby. Give me the ice. Well, I'm out of materials. No ice for us today. There was a map I want to do. Let's do this one first.
Your pet has arrived.
Okay. But yeah, at least in Magic Legends, I'm now collecting information, and then when the NDA is lifted, I can start making uploading content on my website and as videos on my channel. The thing is, many people wanna play Magic Legends competitively. And I wish the game didn't have PvP at all. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of competitive players coming from Magic the Gathering, expecting this game to be a way to compete, because there's gonna be 1v1 and eventually maybe add other types of PvP later. After during the beta phase, they would start seeing how the meta shapes up and then decide what the PvP will be other than 1v1 duos. For now there's 1v1 duos, but it's a shitfest PvP. Some builds are clearly overpowered, especially the ones with crowd control. It's always like that in 1v1s. If you have sleeps and stuns and silences and whatever other crowd controls, you can just crowd control walk someone and then nuke on their faces while they're sleeping or while they're stunned. Obviously that's gonna be probably the most used types of builds for 1v1. But when things become 3v3, 5v5, etc., and there's more than just deathmatch, but rather controlling points like Guild Wars 2 style, and maybe things like quick objectives and so on, then things might become different. You might want to have a bunker build where you can hold points and stuff like that if they add that type of PvP. I'm not gonna play Magic Legends for the competitive aspect. I'm just gonna kill stuff, wood stuff, and make some new builds by leveling up new spells and upgrading new spells. That's gonna be my way of playing the game. I'm not gonna try and make PvP builds. I'm gonna make PvE builds for farming and for fun. Even if it's not a meta build, if someone wants to have that interesting deck and the items that go well with it, that's the type of builds I'm gonna wanna make. I wouldn't care if a build can do PvP well or not. There's gonna be rock, paper, scissors in the PvP. Some decks would be very strong against others, and then very weak against the third type of decks. Just like it is in Magic the Gathering. But Magic the Gathering by itself is pay to win, because you have to buy cards, physical cards. You have to actually spend real money to get new cards. And the PC version is also pay to win, because you buy booster packs, which is wood boxes or whatever. I don't like wood boxes and all types of pay to win. I just don't approve of those, and I wish no one would buy those, but there's always people buying them, and that's why developers keep adding those in games. And I know that some countries forbade they removed wood boxes. They forbid people to do wood boxes in those countries. So it's interesting. I'm wondering how the real Magic the Legend, not Magic, the real Magic the Gathering is handling their wood boxes in countries that forbid those. Because I'm pretty sure there were a few countries that that banned wood boxes from being accessible to the players in those countries. Almost. Let's rename this to the classic name. You don't have zoomies, damn. And this, should I keep experimenting with this, see if I can get it to work? I don't think I can, but let's keep checking. I'm pretty sure I don't have chance to shock. Oh, I do. Never mind then. That might be a little bit more difficult to notice. Alright, let's see. I hope the gunsmith actually spawns this time, because last time I was doing a map like this, he somehow didn't spawn. That Grundy dude. Okay, he's here this time. Alright. Going here, good going. Give me more champions. Okay, there's a green one. We get another. Okay, we got a purple. Maybe let's add a yellow for good measure. Can we? Alright, I'm gonna group them up if I can. Come on, come on, come on. DPS, DPS, there we go. Mostly junk drops. Will you quit if the new magic were to become esports title? Well, I'm not gonna quit, I'm just not gonna play PvP, I'm gonna just make PvE stuff. In fact, right now I don't even feel like playing the game apart from just making content, because there's a lot of things I don't like in Magic Legends in the alpha. But I'm hoping they would fix them. I'm not gonna go into details because I can't. And I'm only gonna play it for the sake of my channel and of my viewers. Because I think it's fun to make builds, but it's not fun to grind and to play. And yeah, I normally stay away from games I don't enjoy playing, and I only try to make content and stream games that I actually enjoy playing. But I'm gonna give it some time until launch, with the hopes that it will improve during the beta phase. And if when it launches it still feels bad, I'm gonna consider dropping it. But for now I'm gonna stick to it. With the hopes that it will become better in the beta than it was in the alpha, and that after the beta the final version would be even better in terms of handling things. But the problem is it's a free-to-play game and it needs a cash shop to survive, and people are greedy. They won't remove bad items from the cash shop and only leave cosmetics, because they won't make enough money from only cosmetics if they're greedy. I mean, if you're not greedy, you're gonna make enough money from cosmetics. If you're greedy, you would want something that's not cosmetics so you can make money to satisfy your greed. That's how it is with publishers and developers. Most games like that can get a very decent player base if they only sell cosmetics at a reasonable price and only rely on this. Costume skins, spell skins, we've already seen with that Planeswalker bundle that there's a lot of potential for every summoned creature in the game, and believe me, there's a lot of them, creatures that you can summon. Every creature that you can summon can have multiple skins designed that you can sell. Every class can have a lot of armors and stuff designed, because armor is actually not class specific. So right now I don't see myself playing Magic Legends more than just to make content during the beta phase. And to stream it every now and then, and to just show people what it is. And I'm probably gonna focus more on Outriders, if it's a choice between either of the two. I think I'm gonna focus my attention more on Outriders, because it doesn't have a nasty cash shop. It doesn't want my money for pay to win. It's a buy to play game without microtransactions, so obviously it wins my respect. I mean, I'm waiting for a decent buy-to-play ARPG game or a free-to-play with just cosmetics that I would enjoy playing with all the build diversity and stuff. Torchlight 3 can be that one with some improvements, obviously. Magic Legends can be that one if they remove the things I don't like from the cash shop, and I'm pretty sure many others won't like them. I wish I could tell you in specifics what I'm talking about, but I can't, so you're gonna have to, I guess, trust me when I say that some things are just not fun in the shop. But it's alpha. I mean, I'm gonna give them a very big chunk of feedback after I'm done leveling my heroes and playing with all of them, and checking some of the other things. So far I've got a lot of feedback ready to give them in terms of how they can make the game more playable, more enjoyable by casual players, not by hardcore grinders that are 24/7 online, which seems to be who they're designing the game. They're designing the game for an MMO zombie fight player base that has to log in every day, that has to grind all sorts of things daily and weekly, that has to do boring repetitive content. So they're trying to design it like an MMO without the good aspects of the MMO, without the actual massive aspect. Because they've already said it in the stream, that's something I can confirm. They've said it in their stream that in public zones, neighborhoods as they call them, you can have on one shard 6 people at the same time. So whenever you're in an open neighborhood zone, you would always have 5 more people with you. So that's not really MMO, that's like MMO light, that's just online. Where in your team, when you're doing missions, it's 3 people only. But it has all the nasty things MMOs have, which... Oh, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. Wait. Tempting. No socket though. Braden says, do you know what the legendary drop rates are now? I played my Electro Disc Mage all day yesterday and only found 2 bad legendaries. I feel like I'm not making progress anymore. Well, they haven't changed the legendary drop rates since December. So, I mean, sometimes I see super high amount of legendaries per map, sometimes I barely see any, so it's super RNG, and as I've said many times, we need some sort of system to negate bad drop rates and bad RNG. We need a system that would allow us to take one item, convert it into another item of equal type. Oh shit, something got into my eye. Shit. I don't know what it is. In any case, we need either a system that would let us take one item and convert it to another one of the same type or another one of the same set. Or we need a system where bosses drop tokens and then you can take those tokens to an NPC and buy the specific legendary you want. Something like that to negate bad RNG. But developers don't like this. Developers want us to be zombies that have nothing better to do than grind for hundreds of hours just to get that one item and not get it and get pissed off and quit the game. That's what developers want us to be, and that's the biggest mistake developers make in those games, thinking that that they need to force me to grind to farm for items for hundreds of hours. People get bored and quit. Just look at, as I said yesterday, look at a mod for Grim Dawn called Dawn of Masteries. Look at how they've done it, and then consider how this could fit in every single Wooter game out there. Many people are masochistic people and want to grind for hundreds of hours, but why should others suffer for the sake of those other people getting their way in the games? I mean, if they want to grind, they can just ignore the token system and just not rely on tokens for items and just keep grinding the regular way, relying on RNG. But yeah, the more you rely on RNG, the worse a game becomes. The less you rely on it, the better it is. Because then you know that your time spent actually has some value, actual value. You know, I'm gonna spend X hours today grinding, I'm gonna get X tokens, and then I can exchange those tokens for 1, 2, 3, etc. weapons of the type I want, or armors of the type I want. And then I can hope I get good rolls on it. But no, people want to stack RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG to artificially prolong the time it takes to make a build complete. And that ends up in frustration and people quitting. Not sure why developers are designing game like it's 1999 with old outdated systems and mechanics, when there's been obviously people who have done it better, mostly in mods. In other games, people have done it better. I mean, there's still gonna be the thrill of finding stuff, and there's still gonna be the thrill of finding an item yourself, but there's also gonna be the thrill of finding a token that you can then exchange for the one item you need. Not like me. I've leveled up to 63 mages on the online server, and I farmed seriously on all those 3 mages. Not a one of those mages has been able to get Molten Reach, the entropy item. It's just bad drop rates, terribly bad drop rates. It's a touchy subject for me in games, drop rates, because I'm an item whore. I'm all about getting rewarded for my time, not pointlessly grinding without seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. It's complete darkness in this game right now when it comes to farming and grinding and gearing up. But the next update is gonna be a quality of life update, so who knows, maybe we're gonna finally see some humane designs, not inhumane zombie fight grinding designs that just want to make you a grind zombie like an MMO player. We'll see. But yeah, it's, as I said, it's the most touchy subject for me in games, wood and drop rates. And that's why I always preferred when a game had modding to play mods with better drop rates, like Diablo 2 Eastern Sun back in the day when I was a teenager. I preferred playing Eastern Sun because it had better drop rates than vanilla Diablo 2. It had more reasonable drop rates. But I used to be an MMO player as well, but even when I was an MMO player, I still didn't like having to camp bosses and to time bosses and being able to kill a boss only once a day or only once every 48 hours and so on. Even when I was an MMO player, I didn't like all those bullshit mechanics, time gating stuff. Not allowing people to do more than X dungeons a day or X dungeons or raid bosses a week. See, some people can't log in every day to play a game. They can probably only log in on Sunday and Saturday or whenever their 2 days off are. And people, maybe even if they can log in every day, they can't do more than maybe an hour a day or so on. People are busy, so why not allow someone to spend 16 hours on a weekend in those 2 days they have off, grinding as much as they want to get the rewards, to catch up on the time they've missed during the weekdays when they couldn't log in. Why force people to log in every day to get some boring login rewards? I don't understand why people still do this. Why they want to force you to log in to play their game, as if developers know that their game is bad and that they need to incentivize people to even log in the first place. I mean, if your game is good enough, you wouldn't need to force people to log in every day to play it. They would want to log in themselves because they have fun playing it, not because they're gonna get a reward if they log in. I've said it before, but yeah, for me daily login rewards is you as a developer admitting you failed and that your game sucks and people won't log in unless you give them a reward for logging in. It's equivalent to admitting that. I understand daily bonus rewards where you log in today and the first X missions you do would give you a little bit of extra XP, a little bit of extra drops and stuff like that. That's fine, because it's not something like missing out on a huge reward. Yeah, the first 5-10 missions a day give you increased rewards. Sure, okay. Enjoy your first missions of the day so that even people who can play limited time a day, they would know they would log in, they would get their extra XP or bonus rewards and so on. And then they can log out, or they may not even get all the extra rewards, maybe just do 2 missions instead of 5, or 5 missions instead of 10. There's ways to still have incentives, rewards for people who log in, but not make it feel like fear of missing out. But with free-to-play games, it's inevitable. They always end up one way or another giving people who pay an advantage if they have something that's not a cosmetic. Let me check if I've missed some chat messages. I think I missed a couple. Nerd Gamer is back. Welcome back, Nerd Gamer. Nice seeing you again. And then Braden said, does Torchlight 3 have a PT timer for legendaries? I don't think so. I mean, I've had 2-3 legendaries in one mission, and then I've had 10 missions and more without a legendary. So it's so sporadic. It's unreasonable. How bad sometimes the drop rates are. And then there was that one time when I was gambling and I got blue legendary blue or something like that. I think I got 2 legendaries and 2 blues in the first 4 items I bought from the gambler. Which was, yeah, I was actually streaming that, maybe some of you might even remember that. When I was just gambling and then I get blue, legendary blue or something like that in the first 4 items purchased from the gambler. But normally I could spend 100,000 gold and not get a legendary item. And that's how bad RNG is.
Your pack is too heavy. Your inventory is full.
Let's do it. Let's collect some rewards.
Your pet has arrived.
I'm opening gear bundles because I can still get decent stuff from those. See, like this. I mean, it's still gonna be an upgrade because I can swat some defense if I get lucky. Just a moment, need to check fire or whitening. Let's do fire. I want regular defense, but I'm gonna keep trying when I have more coins. For now, let's just leave it at that. I need to make coins for enchanting, for rerolling.
Your pet has returned.
Okay, time to go do some more fuzzier stuff.
I've got one of those at home. You know, in the bottle. Well chosen. Think they made a cutscene for that one?
That's the only gear walking map. Let's do it. And thanks for asking questions. I like it when people ask some questions that other people might be wondering about. But for example, there's people lurking in the chat, and they don't feel like asking the questions themselves. So maybe when someone asks a question, the lurkers in the background are also finding out some information that's helpful for them. So I appreciate when people are active in the chat and asking stuff, because if I try to talk about random stuff, I might not talk about stuff people want to hear. If I try to keep providing some random information every now and then. I do occasionally, when I do remember about something, mention it. But yeah, specific questions are always nice to hear about certain things. Okay. Okay, that was a lot of them. Nice. Nerdgamer says the problem with the game is the drop rate. I agree, but one day they will fix it. Believe I'm not sure, but probably. I mean, they kept trying to fix it, but see, just look at the drop rates while you're leveling up. While you're leveling up a new hero, you're getting 5-6 times more legendaries. Then suddenly you start doing the Fuzzier dungeon at level 60, and you see the drop rates are just nowhere near what they need to be. Initially, the developers thought that a reasonable amount of legendaries is one legendary every hour, or one legendary every 2 hours or 3 hours. They after that agreed that they didn't expect people to want better drop rates and have made them to be better. But for some people, the experience is still the same. For some people, RNG is just not on their side. I think you should get a legendary every map at the end from the chest. If you don't get any other drops, the chest should always have one legendary. And only for maps that are not boss rush maps. Not boss rush maps, or maybe not always a legendary, but 50% chance to get a legendary. Because right now we don't have a system that allows us to reroll affixes. Obviously on boss rush maps it would be overpowered to have such drop rate, but yeah, I need to get hundreds of versions of this item. Where is it? Well, it's not here, but let's say hundreds of versions of this item to finally get the one with the best stats. And in order to do that, I need to get a lot of drops, so I can get a lot of that item. And to be able to pick the stats, unless they add an item rerolling affixes system that allows me to change the affixes. Unless they add that, it better be raining legendaries, like Diablo 3. Because in Diablo 3 it's raining legendaries, but most of them you don't use and you turn into materials. But then those materials you use to reroll your affixes. So it actually makes sense that it's raining legendaries there, because you need them for materials, for min-maxing. When you don't have that system, it's even more needed to rain legendaries, when you don't have a system to reroll affixes. If this game adds an affix rerolling system, that drop rates will be fine. You would know, okay, you don't get as much legendaries, but every legendary counts, because you turn it into essences, into materials, and then you use those materials to reroll your item to the stats you want. So I'm getting a Snecko stick. Well, that's one more reroll on my items affixes. So I wouldn't mind that it's a Snecko stick, because I know I can go ahead and reroll my armor or reroll my shield. One of those affixes on it, or all of them. But yeah, right now getting shit legendaries, it's very underwhelming in this game. Ancient legendary gear, I hope they don't. I hope they don't do a stronger gear and go yet again for the power creep system. I do want a system where we can reroll affixes, but an extra rarity is not fun. It's not fun because it still makes it super grindy. Yeah, you get a good build without ancients, and then you have to grind to get the same fucking item as a stronger version. Godfall. Godfall, that's a mistake in my opinion what Godfall did with primal items, trying to add ancients. I'd much rather see them add new items that open up more builds, like they have been doing the past 2 updates. I really love what they did the last 2 updates. 2 new sets, 1 each update, then that mini set with the items, then things like the Toy Makers 2, that one of my viewers was making a Toy Maker 2 build on a Bane Dusk Mage with minion damage and stacking Explodobots. Opening new builds that may not be stronger than the other builds, but are strong enough, so it's not like a new meta, it's like a new way of playing that's not overpowered or underpowered. And I like it, I like the extra variety they're adding. That's more fun for me rather than having to farm that same item just with stronger stats. Because the moment they add such a system, everyone would want to get a stronger version of their old gear. I'm okay if they add a new rarity if you can wear only one of that item, like Diablo 4 is doing with unique items. As far as I understand it, in Diablo 4 you can only wear one unique item. And unique items are always fixed stats. So if they make that unique items here, or mythical, or angelic, or whatever they want to call it, celestial items, whatever you want to call it, some sort of item rarity that's always fixed stats, and you can wear only one of those at a time, I would agree with that. This would be fine. This would be like a build around me, super strong build around me item. Maybe even make them class specific. So for the Forge maybe it could be cannons. For Dusk Mages it could be Digitus. For Realm Masters it could be Rail Hammers. For Sharpshooters bows, that would be okay. But yeah, only if it's limited to one per build would I think it's a good idea to add a new rarity. I think Diablo 4 is doing it very well in this regard. Unique items, fixed stats, one per build. Just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you some. Let me just go ahead and show you some Diablo 4 unique items. This is it. Diablo 4 unique items. You can wear only one per build, and that's Cult of the Plaguebringer. See, this gives you max wife, elite damage reduction. Obviously the higher the level, the higher the stats, but yeah, elite damage reduction, reduced potion cooldown, rank to hunt the weak, which is a class specific skill. And then your poisons no longer deal damage over time, instead 127% of the total damage is dealt to the target when your poisons expire, and then it always has a socket. Because the way it works in Diablo 4 is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 affix slots, and if you want a socket you have to remove an affix. If you want a second socket you have to remove a second affix. If you don't want sockets you can go 6 affixes, 0 sockets, things like that. But with unique items it's gonna be always the same. You won't be able to reroll those, and if it has a socket that means it will always be with a socket. If it doesn't, it means always without. Then there's Mad Wolf's Glee. Strength, Wife, Flats, that's scale, then dodge chance, damage reduction, and then poisoned enemies hit by your Lacerate or Trash instantly deal 25% of the remaining damage to all nearby enemies, and so on. See, that's a very interesting, and you see it says limit 1 equipped. And it is class specific. This is actually not class specific, but this and this is. Although this may not be class specific, but it still gives you +1 rank to hunt the weak, meaning you would want to use it ideally on the class that it boosts. And yeah, enough of Diablo 4. But this is the one exception I'm willing to agree that it's a good idea to add a new rarity in a game on top of what already exists. And definitely not the Diablo 3 boring primal, whatever you call it, ancient system, where it's the same item, just a stronger version. That's just boring. Boring, lazy design. To do what Diablo 3 did and what Godfall did, copy pasting Diablo's ancient system. It's so unimaginative, totally not creative at all, as a way to give you something new in brackets. Come on. So for now, as you've seen, Diablo 4 has the makings of an interesting system when it comes to itemization. Hopefully they don't ruin it, because what we've seen for Diablo 4 so far is very well thought of, very well designed, that itemization. The way I mentioned that, actually I didn't say it today, but I've said it many times. The way you can get one legendary affix on multiple different items. So if you want that affix, you don't have to get it on helmet, you can get it on just to show you an example. See this thing here. Boots of Perilous Threat, Tunic of Perilous Threat. So the same affix, when you stand inside your own damaging ground effects, you increase the damage they deal by 27%. The same affix, just 26% here, you can get on a tunic. And you can get it on anything else. And you see, then there's Boots of Chilling Frost, and then there's Amulet of Chilling Frost. So this affix, suffix, the of Chilling Frost suffix can drop on anything. So any legendary can drop on any type of item. And I love this. This is one of the most interesting things I've seen done in terms of itemization, and it really gives you a lot of freedom. And that you don't have to keep farming for rings to get of 3 curses. You can get it on armor, boots, gauntlets, whatever. So when you think of that, and when you think of the rerolling possibilities and adding sockets or going 0 sockets or affix, there's a lot of interesting things to be done in Diablo 4. And I really hope in BlizzConline this month we actually hear some interesting news about Diablo 4. Time will tell. Time will tell. And there's not much left until BlizzConline.
You are wounded.
Okay, nice. About the question regarding Wolsen's crafting system. On paper, Wolsen's crafting system, I really loved it before the game launched. When it launched and when I saw how broken and how falsely advertised it was, how they were promising a lot of freedom, being able to choose what goes into your item based on what sockets you put and what gems you put, it was a disaster. Not only was it super RNG, it was broken in the way where I would put 3 green gems in my weapon, for example, and then I would get an affix that's not even on green gems. I would get a stupid affix that's on a red gem of a different type. I would put 3, for example, I would put 3 round green gems. I would get an affix from a triangular or whatever other shape you can think of that's not circular, red gem, something like that. I mean, I'm not explaining it well, but hopefully you understood what I mean. And they were promising before the game launch, before Wilson launch, they were promising, oh, you're gonna be able to choose what affixes go on your gear. You have to put the gems, and then the stats that are on those gems, one of those would be chosen as the stat that you get. Well, it was anything but that. It was better to not use gems, because you got the same result with or without gems in the item. And then the drop rates of orbs, they were ridiculously bad. The drop rates of those reagents in Wilson. I mean, if they increase the drop rate severely, like 5 times more than what they were of reagents, and if they actually allow you to control exactly what you get when rerolling, when sacrificing 3 gems, then maybe the system would actually become what it was supposed to be. I'm gonna start selling items for gold. But right now, most mistakes people have made were with drop rates and with endgame. Most things that failed games and made people quit them were either something to do with the endgame or with the drop rates, or with both the endgame drop rates. I think the main reason people quit Torchlight 3 is the lack of things to do, apart from Fazir, and how bad the drop rates are once you're doing level 60 Fazir. I think that's the main reason people don't play Torchlight 3. Because there's not much to do other than Fazir once you finish the story, and because even when you do Fazir, you're barely getting the drops you need. Okay. Come on. Damn, I need to remove this Luminous Run. I keep pressing it by accident. Where are the elites on this map? It's like there aren't any. So far I think I've only killed 1 green enemy in this map. Could it be I just need to give them more time to spawn? Nope. There we go, finally. Oh, now there's purple enemies down there. Okay. Unexpected, but nice. Maybe there's some more over here. Let's get them to spawn up. Come on, stop knocking me back. I should have Goblin Rage, which gives me immunity to knockback. Okay, there's purple here. Oh, when did the purple spawn here? How did he get there even? What's the time, by the way? 9:32 p.m. Okay, we've got enough time. Oh, that's the Electric Widow, or maybe not. Seems like the Electric Widow map, but not really. Just parts of it, I guess. So did any purple spawn here? Well, not purple, but legendary, okay.
Gravely wounded.
Wow, that FPS drop, did you see it? A solid FPS drop there. Now, boss fight. Let's see.
You can't catch that here.
What did I get? Basically, yet again, junk drops. Let's open some gear bundles. Maybe I'm gonna get lucky there again.
Your pet has arrived.
Let's do the Gearwalkie maps this time. Don't wanna stack too many Gearwalkie maps in my inventory, so I'm gonna be doing some every now and then. Let's go here. Nice. Alright, there we go. Another group. Can I get a second group of elites? There we go, second group. Let's group them up now. This one's a survivor. If only I had token of rapid bartering to send the pet to the town more often. To make me some gold coins. Okay, two groups. Can we get a third one to spawn? Oh, there we go, third one. Now I'm gonna try and attempt to fight four groups of enemies at the same time. Probably gonna get wrecked, but let's see how it goes. Oh, I found a nice hiding spot and it worked out well. Nice choke point over here. 4 champion groups at the same time. Oh, there was another one I could have included in the train. Chew to the chew with all those trains. Okay. Let's keep going. Trying to clear out that map as much as I can, because it's good density, good amount of champion groups. See, getting 2 and then there's a third behind me already. What's the next group gonna be? This one's a leftover. Oh, come on. This one seemed as if I'm kicking his butt and he's falling down the stairs. It just looked like that for a moment. Ragdoll bowling. Okay, let's keep going. Nothing to see here. Ah. And I've killed so many in this map. If only there was like a kill counter to see how many we kill per map. I'm gonna go this way. Okay, one group. Can we get a second one? I guess we can't. And there's an invisible enemy there. How is that even possible without an invisible modifier? Oh, there we go. It's this one, the flying one. So far, not a single legendary drop. I've killed so many champion groups in this map.
Can't cast that spell here. Can't do that.
Leftover enemy. No, this was unexpected. Nice. Very nice. Let's check this way. Ah! Get off of me, get off of me. Okay, let's try and get some more. Oh, nice. And I think that's the spot. Phew, 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 phew. those close calls. Those close calls. Need more defense. 52 poison. Where? Where did it spawn? I can hear it spawning, but I can't see. Oh, there we go. That's where. Ah. Okay, so far we've done a what? Such a long map, but just look at the amount of enemies I encounter per... the amount of enemy champion groups per minute I encounter in this map. Per square meter in the map. And since it's gear walkie, it's totally worth killing everything. I think it's time to go for the boss now. If only I could use my mobility skill here. Who's the boss? Razor Soul. And oh, I've got the book where I can't activate the light. I'm gonna need to rework after this to fix this bug. It's a very annoying bug, which pretty much renders your harmonic form unusable. Or maybe it fixed itself. I'm gonna test it on the dummy, see maybe it's fixed. Because I was able to activate. By the way, the community manager today wrote on Discord that soon we will be getting some sneak peeks. Maybe this week. I would be very happy if we get some sneak peeks of the next update this week. If they're ready to show some sneak peeks this week, could it mean that in 2-3 weeks from now the update would be ready? The next big update. Well, have me some good sneak peeks.
Your pet has returned.
Keep going. Oh wow, 6. 6 greeny greens. Not a single blue one even. Wait, did this just happen? It went to 69 and then went back down? Did anyone else see this? This going to 69 and then going down to 50 something. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be the only one who noticed this. And now we've left it at 69. Okay. Nerd Gamer says still better than Cyberpunk. I mean, Cyberpunk is a good game as a game. As a story, let's say. I actually enjoyed the story, although there weren't that many choices matter options. Apart from the ending, the last mission, where based on what you do there, that decides your ending. Apart from that, I didn't see any other significant choices matter before that. But apart from this, the game was pretty solid as a story. Obviously a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, bad performance and so on. But I did enjoy playing the game on my first playthrough. But definitely was expecting a little bit more. The Jabber work. The Jabber work, welcome. Hello to you as well. Nice to see you. I'm here from the build videos you made for Chaos Bane, and I get to say, oh nice, thanks for watching my Chaos Bane build videos. If you have some questions, feel free to ask if something's not clear in the videos, or you just have questions for something that's maybe not in the videos at all. And glad to hear that those videos helped you a lot. Main reason why I make those videos, to help people who might need some information that it's just not there. It's not information about Chaos Bane. Unless you've played enough and experimented and tested stuff, you won't know. Let's go here, here. Let's keep going. All those bombs, exploding mobs and whatever. Need to drink a bit. Don't throw on me. Okay, next. I'm thinking of going this way first.
Can't do that here. You can't use that skill.
Wait, why did that one run away?
Cast that here. Can't catch that here.
I guess he wanted to snipe me from afar. And then gave up and came up close range.
Use that skill.
Okay, let's see what's next. Guess we gotta keep going. That's a dead end. Which way do I need to go? I thought this was the final unexplored part of the map. Maybe I missed a turn. Let me check. Oh yeah, that's the final unexplored bit. I forgot that I'm doing map work. I keep forgetting that the Porto gets summoned whenever I finish the quest. So used to the old way of clearing the whole map and then reaching the boss room and entering. So many explosions and bombs and all sorts of things.
You can't use that skill.
Now what's here? Junk again. I mean, oh wait, I need zoomies. I need to start taking pets. Anything worth keeping? Not really.
Your pet has returned.
How's my gold? 6.5k. I'm probably gonna wait until 20 before I try re-rolling some things again.
Your pet is back.
Let's do this map. I wanna get rid of it. And then the one underneath it, and then the other one, and then I can go back to Fuzzier. Nerd Gamer says, hey Strug, do you get a bet decoration for your fort? Bet decoration? What do you mean like a bet? I mean, there's this thing that's like a... There is one thing that looks like a bet, like a basic bet. I'm not sure if I've got it, but I can check if I have. Keep in mind I'm playing on the offline, so I don't have as many here as I do on the live server. I mean, if needed, I can always go on the live server and check there if I've got that decoration. But yeah, there are those decorations. There's one that looks like a rook, a skin. Varkinin skin or whatever, and then I think there's another one that looks properly like a bed, like a bedding, like a futon or whatever. Maestro sword. Okay, interesting. Junk. Our gamer says some guy asks a question about mapwork station decoration, if you can actually make mapworks from this, but it's just a decoration. It's just a decoration. It used to be where we run mapworks some time ago, but then it converted into just a decoration. The same way the reliquary used to be where we switch from one relic to another. The reliquary used to be a relic storage, because the relic was something you can craft and switch from one hero to another. I can take my Bane. Before I could take the Bane, put it on a Rel Master, then from the Rel Master maybe take an Electrode, put it in the reliquary, and then equip the reliquary on my mage and so on. And that's how it used to be before. And you needed to craft the relics, and then you needed to level them up separately. They had their own 50 levels. And you could have multiple versions of the same one. The Jabberwork, thank you very much for stopping by. Good work in Chaos Bane, and again, if there's any questions, always feel free to ask me either here or in my Discord. If I'm not online, I can always try and reply, or just a comment on the videos. Whenever I find time, I check comments, I check private messages. So if anything comes up, don't hesitate to ask about any game I play and stream. Come on. No spawns. I was expecting some elite spawns there. Maybe here. Oh, that's a very disappointing map. It's barely spawning any champs. Right, give me some champs here. Come on, finally. We got some champs. Ace Million says, hey everyone, hello Ace Million, welcome back. Nerdgamer says that he knows. Yeah, after you reach max level in the Fazir, it's not worth doing map works because you get gear that doesn't have the challenge bonus, but I think challenge bonus shouldn't exist in the first place. So that map works are actually worth doing, so that the Opaka level is worth doing. That's how I think. That they should remove the challenge bonus and rebalance the game how it used to be, around not relying on broken challenge bonus items. So if you can have fun like me without pushing more than level 30, 40, 50 in the Fazir, then you don't need the challenge bonus, and then farming in map works will be good for you as well. I don't feel the need to do 251 Fazir because there isn't anything different in high level Fazir other than higher level challenge bonus. Ace Million says he's editing a music video and on break, and my videos always pop up, so you click them. Probably because you watch so many of my probably, yes, probably because you watch a lot of my content and YouTube kind of knows what you watch and tries to show you content of the people you watch. It's the same for me. On one of my browsers, where I listen to music and watch some content like Linus Tech Tips and Jay's 2 cents and stuff, it always shows me that type of stuff. But on this one it mostly shows me my own videos recommended, and other stuff related to action RPGs and to the things I've subscribed with this account, because On my other browser, I use my personal account, not the Struck account, and that's the one I actually watch with. On my Firefox, I barely watch stuff other than monitoring my own stream, chat, and things like that. Or every now and then I might open something while streaming, some video about a game or so, and show it on screen. So it's interesting how, yeah, same computer, different accounts, different browsers, and the recommended is completely different. Nerd Gamer says he found a video with a guy 261 level for 0 with over... There is no 261. There is 251. Maybe you mean 251. And what do you mean 60k damage? Don't trust this number. This is fake number. This is not the real damage. This is the real number. If this is 60k, it's impressive. But I can get this to 20,000 super easily just right now. With a weapon that gives me 7,000, I can get this to 20. Just watch.
You can't use that skill. You can't use that skill.
And that's without a Liu General even. I'm not even gonna have Liu General in the mix. Ah, shit. It's gonna run out. See, that's 26. 26 just right now. And that's with a weapon with 7.5% for Zir, with only 7,600. If I take a weapon with 20,000 damage here, obviously I can get that to 60,000. If he has 60,000 here, if he has 60,000 attack, then he probably has a flat damage here and flat damage here, which again, if I equip something with flat damage here and here, I can get this to 30 something k over here. I can get this to 11,000. If I have a weapon with 20,000, but keep in mind some people have broken items that they apparently fixed but didn't really. So if you had multiple sockets, and then they removed those 2-3 sockets extra, what happened is you still kept the stats. So this guy probably has a cheated weapon that he's still using. Cheated weapon in terms that it has extra damage that it shouldn't. And yeah, I mean, this whole challenge bonus was the biggest mistake in the history of Torchlight 3, and it shouldn't have existed in the first place. It broke so many things. It gave people ridiculously overpowered items with that bug with the extra sockets, where you could get 3-4 sockets on an item, and you could get extra skill levels to skills. Ace Million says his favorite combination is Forged with Flame Relic. My favorites, anything with Electrode is my favorite. My favorite relic is Electrode. I just really love Electrode stuff. Can't say which class my favorite is, but yeah, it's definitely gotta be Electrode for the subclasses. Nerd Gamer says he already finished the story at Ridiculous. Nice. With the Forged Bloodbringer. Oh, let's do another map to get rid of it. The Harvest map. I'm not gonna be looting any more Harvest maps because I'm not doing that contract. Also keep in mind the game has an offline version, so anyone can take an item and modify the stats of that item. Right now I'm playing offline. If I want, I can mod items if I feel like it. So don't trust everything you see as screenshots for this game, because you don't know whether the person is playing online or not. And if they're not online, then it's everything's possible. You can take anything and modify it. You can download some sort of tools. I'm pretty sure if I Google trainer or cheat engine or cheat table for Torchlight 3, something will show up. Not sure what, but most likely there's gonna be something out there. And yeah, with cheat engine and with other memory scanning or whatever tools, you probably can, with some knowledge, you can probably modify items in the game, give them extra damage and so on, if you're playing in the offline mode. But that's not wrong. Everyone's free to do whatever they want in the offline mode. That's what it's for. If people wanna experiment. They can, for example, give themselves super high amount of skill points. Not that they can get super powerful by having everything maxed out, but that's probably doable. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be easy. I don't think it's gonna be easy without cheated items to have 60k attack here. And it's actually not this number. It's not this number that I'm talking about. It's those numbers here. This number takes damage, crit chance, and crit damage. So this is fake number. This and this, those are fake numbers. Those are not the real actual damage. The real actual damage is this, this and this, the combination of those. That's your damage. Take away the crit chance and the crit damage, and that's the real damage number. But yeah, you can get 40% crit chance, you can get 300 crit damage. You can get a weapon with 20,000 attack, even more. You can get an armor with flat damage, and before you used to be able to get legs with flat damage. So if you have some legacy old items like that, you can take those. And with the Fazir bonus, those and those can get pretty strong. And then let's say you have extra skill levels to Consecration, giving you extra damage bonus, and then you stand in Consecration with those things during harmonic form. And you can see 60,000 there is doable. It seems like a reasonable number. I mean, I've seen people with 80,000 sending me screenshots and stuff like that. So it's achievable. But yeah, that's just an unreasonably difficult to reach number, unless you're doing high level Fazir and min-maxing everything to the limit. But I sincerely hope they would remove that Fazir bonus from items, and they would fix that bug where people who had extra sockets and was the sockets, they still retain the bonuses that those sockets gave them. They just fixed it visually so you don't see the other sockets, but they're still there until you reroll the weapon from the enchanting table. And they probably won't touch old items, but you never know. But yeah, the challenge bonus, there hasn't been a bigger mistake in this game since I'm playing it. If only the development that went into making the challenge bonus was actually spent in making a proper, better system that's contained within the Fazir only to make it stronger. You guys use Shotgun Blast. Shotgun Blast used to be good before when it had fast attack speed. When it had fast attack speed, it used to be good. Now you need casting speed 70, actually 60%. You need 60% casting speed to make Shotgun Blast shoot as quick as it used to before. So they've made it shoot much slower than before. And it's just not as fun. It's not as fun when it has such a slow animation. But yeah, Rapid Strike and Rapid Fire are pretty good. Cyclone Mode is good. Shotgun Blast is very underwhelming right now, when you consider how slowly it's shooting and how much damage it does per hit. And you asked, if so, is it worth to spec points, and what is a good way to make the fast punch skills stronger? What do you mean the fast punch skills? Rapid Strike? If you want to make Rapid Strike stronger, you obviously want levels to Rapid Strike in your helmet. 3 levels to Rapid Strike in the helmet. 10 levels in Rapid Strike, with 3 levels from the helmet and 2 levels from the set. That gives you Rapid Strike level 15. I mean, you can try and get extra levels from the weapon, but I still think flat damage would be better. And then damage to Rapid Strike in items. That's obviously the more obvious choice. Vortex Bomb 10-10 is definitely nice as well. I mean, I'm not sure what build. Are you going for a build where Vortex Bomb is your damage or where Rapid Strike is your damage? I mean, if you're going for a build where Vortex Bomb is your damage, you would definitely want the Vent skills damage from Cold Launch tier 2 as a passive. And you definitely want extra levels to Vortex Bomb to maybe try and get Vortex Bomb level 15 with 10 plus 2 plus 3 for extra cooldown, and then stack Vortex Bomb damage in items. And you would definitely want the Mountain King Wheel with its set bonus.
You can't carry anymore.
Yeah, you can outlevel stuff. You can go past level 10. You can go past level 10. Just look at this. See, this is 735. It has 2 bonus levels. I'm gonna try and show you in the town how it changes when I switch some items that give me extra levels to the skill. I think I've got some Absolver level items that I can just use to demonstrate it. Basically, it would say plus X extra levels, and what changes is the damage. That's normally what changes, and sometimes on some skills it's cooldown or duration that changes. The jailer. I don't think the jailer spawned, so I'm just gonna go back to my fort. So yeah, let's look for some items that I can use to demonstrate this Okay, so what I'm gonna do quickly. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Just for a moment, just for a moment. Now you see, my Absolver at the moment is 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2, 735 weapon damage, 735 weapon damage per burst. Now it's level 10 plus 6 and it's 830, 830. From 735 it went to 830. So it's almost 100, 95% weapon damage for 4 levels. Divided by 4 and you're gonna get the exact number. I can actually even do it. 23.75, that's what you get per level. 23.75 weapon damage per level. So it's pretty fun when you consider this. What's my gold coins? 8,000. Yeah, it's still too early. Let's do this, and this.
Your pet has arrived.
You guys find the Realm Master cooldown too slow? Does it get better? The cooldown of what? The cooldown of which things? Every class has 10% cooldown reduction passive. For the Realm Master, that's tier 2 spike drive, I think. Was the one that gave you 10% cooldown reduction. But 10% is not gonna be much.
You're up to the challenge? You're up to the challenge?
Let's see.
Think they made a cutscene for that one? That makes me strangely hungry. If you think you can take it,
I'm wondering which map to do.
you're up to the challenge?
I'm gonna do the dividing instead of the Gearwalkie one. Oh, Ace Million, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy playing, enjoy grinding, getting that sweet wood. And until next time to you, Ace Million. Nice having you here.
You are overloaded.
So yeah, this dividing map hopefully ends up becoming worth doing.
You can't use that skill.
Okay.
Can't catch that here.
This will be a quick map maybe. because I got the quest item so early. Normally that's positioned at the end of the map somewhere, or in the middle at least. Come on, click on the stupid... Come on, click on the... It's so badly positioned with that camera. Oh, someone on my Steam friends list is playing Dungeon Siege, talking about going back to the classics. I feel like revisiting Dungeon Siege 1 and 2 sometime. 3 kind of was disappointment, but 1 and 2 were pretty fun. I really hope they would make a new Dungeon Siege game from the people that made 1 and 2. That's actually good, nice. That's what about the franchise worth exploring? And I'm wondering where those developers work now, the people who made Dungeon Siege 1 and 2. Whether they still make games, if yes, which ones?
That spell cannot be cast. You are overloaded. You can't cast that spell here. Your inventory is full.
Let me quickly look it up. So Dungeon Siege was developed by Gas-Powered Games. Gas-Powered Games was the developers who made Dungeon Siege. And they only made 1 and 2, they didn't make 3. As I suspected. Interesting. Oh, see, I suspected something bad happened to that studio. So, Gas-Powered Games, the developers of Dungeon Siege 1 and 2, was absorbed into Wargaming, one of the worst companies to become Wargaming Seattle, which ended Gas-Powered Games as an independent studio. And that's why Dungeon Siege 3 was shit, I guess. Well, unfortunate, but yeah, Dungeon Siege and Dungeon Siege 2 and their expansions, such great games. Dungeon Siege 3 on the other hand, okay, but not so good. Let's see Dungeon Siege 3, who it was developed by. Obsidian Entertainment made Dungeon Siege 3. Okay. Yeah, well, shame for Dungeon Siege 1 and 2 being good and then Dungeon Siege 3 becoming bad. And one more reason to not like wargaming. Never knew this. I just found this out by just googling. I never knew wargaming was behind the downfall of Dungeon Siege as a franchise, because they consumed the developer studio who made the games as part of wargaming. I'm wondering what the original creators of gas-powered games and of Dungeon Siege 1 and 2, I wonder in what studio and in what company they're working now and what games they're working on. If there's any chance of them getting back the rights for the game, for the franchise, and working on Dungeon Siege 4, that would be great. It's a good franchise. It just needs it needs to be in the right hands. Someone can take it and use that franchise, that war, and make something amazing. Because there was a lot of potential in that universe there to be explored. Token of contagion, obviously. Okay, Adiwazar said, still playing this? Yes, I'm still playing this. In fact, I'm actually playing Magic Legends a lot every day. I'm playing Magic Legends before my stream, then after I end my stream and feed my pet and myself, I play a bit more Magic Legends. But since it's in non-disclosure agreement, I can't stream, I can't show you, I can't talk much about it apart from publicly known things that we've seen. But yeah, I'm still playing this. I'm playing offline right now because, well, I've reached the limit of characters on the online mode. So if I want new builds, if I want to make new combinations, I need to level up heroes. And see, I don't have all my items on this one, so I have to refarm all the things for my legendarium. It's taking forever. If only the developers listened to me and added more hero slots back when I was asking for those in October or whenever, or November. Or actually, when did I ask for it? Actually, it was before the game launched. It was before the game launched when they did that August patch. August, when they added the relic update that made the relic subclasses. That's when I said they better increase the hero slots to 20. So if only they did that. It's a matter of just changing a number from 10 to 17, or from 10 to 11, and then when we are collecting contracts that give us character slots, to maybe give us 3 instead of 1. See if this one instead of 1 slot gives us 3, or maybe they add 2 more rewards spread out in each contract. So every contract giving us 3 character slots. So we can get 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. This is time limited, so ignore that one. But yeah, if I had 3 slots here, 3 slots here, 3 slots here, and I started with 11 slots instead of 10, that would sum up to 20, and that would be good enough. And yeah, I knew this day would eventually come where I would need to go and play offline. Now I wish I had some tools like Grim Stash, but for Torchlight 3, where I can give myself items for the sake of sandbox theory crafting, so I don't have to get the same items I have on the online mode on the offline. But unfortunately this game is not as popular as Grim Dawn, so no one bothered to make things like that for it. Would have been nice though, would have been nice if I had Grim Stash for this game. Right, what's next? But by the way, if anyone is playing Magic Legends and wants to play together, do tell me if you got into the alpha. I've been looking for people to test some things. I want to test something, a theory that maybe we might be able to get XP quicker if we are in a team and we do certain things separately. Like my teammate is doing one event, I'm doing another event, and I want to test if I'm doing event in one end of the map while my teammate is doing an event, a skirmish at the other end of the map, whether we get experience from the other person completing stuff. I can test that unless someone joins me for a couple of minutes to see if we can get XP from long distance. Most likely we can't, but it would be interesting if we can. Come on. By the way, what date is it today? The 16th of February. Oh, there's not much time left until the end of the alpha of Magic Legends on the 22nd. 6 days. And then on the 25th, the Outriders demo. Which I'm looking forward to so much. Torchlight, come on. Spawn some more, spawn some more. Did I get them all? Ah, one is left here. Oh, not one more.
Can't do that.
Okay, oh wow. When did I wood so much? No, fuck. Whoa, it respawned every single enemy in the map? Way to go. Way to go. Oh, the quest is reset as well. Well, that's interesting. So I go back and the map starts over from the beginning. GG. Now the rewards, I went back so I can collect my rewards that I couldn't. But it went ahead and reset the whole map. I think this happens only offline. I'm actually gonna test it again to see if it's gonna happen. If I can replicate it. Did I mess the drop? Oh, you know what I think might be happening? I think the drop rates might be stacking. And that gear wiki bonus maybe got applied twice. Or maybe something else, because that was super suspicious, finding 2 legendary items this quickly. I'm gonna see if I can if I can do this over and over. Maybe just a coincidence, maybe, but it seems too suspicious to be just a coincidence. After getting this bug to get the drop rates. It might be coincidence though. What did I get, by the way? Skittering chest and arc powered pants with entropy, and the pants are nice. But I'm not on an entropy build right now. Let's check here.
That skill. That spell cannot be cast.
Let's keep going. Come on, spawn some enemies. Some champion enemies. Let's test this, if I can replicate it. No, I couldn't replicate the bug. So how did this bug happen earlier? Going back into the map and it starts a new one. Completely from the scratch, a new quest and everything. Sometimes there's some weird one-time, one-shot bugs. I mean, not one-shot where I get one-shot or where I one-shot an enemy, but that it just happens once. And then it's almost impossible to replicate. Alright, there we go.
You can't cast it.
Yeah? Get off of me, get off of me.
Cast that spell here.
What's over here? What's the time? 10:56. Oh, behind me? When did those spawn? Didn't even realize.
You can't cast that here. You can't cast that spell here.
Ah! which teleports.
That spell cannot be cast. You can't cast that spell.
Now it's gonna activate my harmonic form, obviously. When there isn't any elite inside to kill with it. I guess that really must have been a super nice coincidence getting those two legendary drops almost back to back at the beginning of that map re-entry, maybe we can call it. Ah, they just love getting stuck in between themselves and the environment. Oh, and now at 0 potions. Oh shit, and I send the pet without telling it to buy potions.
That spell can't be cast.
Well, not that great now. If it's gonna go away, but not buy potions. It's coming back in 10 seconds. Oh no, in 20 seconds. Well, I hope it drops some potions from the chests. I really have a serious problem with the potion drops in this game.
Can't cast that.
It becomes a chore when you have to constantly manage your potions and constantly send the pet to buy new ones,
You can't cast.
or go back to the town to buy them yourself. It's anything but fun.
You can't cast that.
Oh, come on. And by the way, did you hear the news about New World? New World is getting postponed. So yeah, New World is getting delayed. They're apparently aiming to launch in August. In August this year. Hopefully that's good news for New World, so that they're gonna have some more time. Hopefully it's not as a result of the game being atrociously bad, because it wasn't terrible, but it was very mixed feelings when the game was playable a few months ago, when people were playing it and streaming it and making content for it, and I was actually watching some of those to see if the game is to my liking. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't anything innovative. It was more of what we've already seen in other games. And it definitely felt like it's a generic game. That's what it felt like to me. It didn't offer anything completely new and different. And from what I was seeing, it wasn't great in terms of performance either. So hopefully that time until August they would take to improve the game to make it actually worth buying. Because right now I wouldn't suggest to anyone to pre-order New World. Even though I haven't played the game, I've seen enough to know that it's a risky purchase. Even back in the day I was telling people to give it some time because it's super risky. Knowing Amazon Studios' track record of cancelling projects. And they recently got some restructures in the team in Amazon Studios, so Yeah, they have serious problems on the management level, I guess. And I don't think that's ever gonna change anytime soon. But I guess it's more of a good news rather than bad news that New World is getting a delay to make sure the game is in a good state when it launches. Not sure if I'm gonna get it in August. Hopefully I get into the beta and I can play it, so I can decide if I wanna get it. I've actually applied to their creator program long ago. So if I do get invited and if I am allowed to make content for it during the betas, I will, just for the sake of people who are wondering whether it's worth getting the game and stuff like that, just to show them honestly what the game is about. I'm itching for a game like New World to play, for Guild Wars 2 copy-pasted game that's not Guild Wars 2 and that's doing things better. But it really looks like Guild Wars 2 Elder Scrolls Online copy-paste to me. That's what it looks like. Some things are innovative, but I can probably count them on one finger what it's doing different, and I can't actually call it innovative. I can just say it's different than those games, but it's not things we haven't seen in other games. But August is far away from now.
Can't cast that.
So a lot of things can change in this amount of time. Come on game, drop some stupid potions. Okay, just dropped one. It heard me. The game heard me. Okay, and another potion. Yeah, not bad. Let's see. No. Fuck, they made me waste the potion. What's the time? 11:06, so we've got like an hour left of hoping to get that Frost Wall and Ancient Ember Boots. Should I change to a strategy where I'm speedrunning maps rather than clearing every single champion on the map, so I can get more chests per hour? I'm probably gonna do that now for the rest of the stream. Bare minimum, straight up to the boss in a new map. Bare minimum, straight to the boss, new map. Oh, North Maze dropped here. I didn't even see this. Is that a good one? Shit. Acid breath, another way. Didn't realize it had Plague Bearer until it was a little bit almost too late. Okay.
Your pet has arrived.
So let's do that. As I said, let's try and just speedrun some maps.
If you think you can take it.
Your pet has returned.
Oh, that one.
No, those are bad ones.
You say that now.
Maybe this one, 24.
Think they made a cutscene for that one?
Yeah, let's do that one.
Chosen.
Quote Gearwalking
Portal, please.
with Netherim. Need to stretch a bit. Okay, enough stretching. And those choke points I'm using. I love using choke points and like hiding in a corner, getting the emoticon in that choke point next to the corner. But when there's Plague Bearer in the mix, I kind of need to start moving more. Yeah, this build is very great to play as the static stay in one place, stay in consecration. But yeah, with Plague Bearer you have to adapt and move away from your consecration field.
Can't cast that here. That spell can't be cast.
Okay, nice. 36%. Almost winning with this map.
Can't do that.
Oh, and I forgot to buy myself pops. Thankfully this map dropped some. Let's get my harmonic form a little bit charged up. Just a little bit. That was actually very well executed. Look, I'm almost at the end of the white one, and the black one is already, the purple one is already recharged. Maybe let's just sell. That reminds me, I needed to... I was trying to make this stronger.
Your
To
fan
make
has
this
returned.
stronger. Let's leave it at that for now. I'm gonna keep playing with the crystal edge for the time being. $2.4k defense versus 1500, but now my chance to block is maxed out. Or is it? Oh, it's not maxed out. It's 31. With this one I could get extra crit damage, which obviously is not as good as flat damage, but... And chance to freeze would really help, but for now I'm not gonna use it until I get a frost wall. When I get a frost wall I'm gonna switch.
To the challenge? Oh, that one. So decisive. So decisive.
Netherwell, I think that's our map. The Netherwell Gearwalkie Stormbringer. What's that? The bait meat quest. Is it just me or is it a map without champions? Okay, they spawned. I'm just checking over here.
You can't cast that here. You can't do that.
Okay, let's spawn some more of those.
Can't cast that here.
Should I just rush a little bit? Oh, don't tell me I missed the meat again. I'm gonna run for worm fingers. Worm fingers should be at the end of the map. That's where he normally is. I think he's still there.
Cast that here. Cannot be cast.
Okay. That was a quicker run, not as quick as the previous one though.
You're up to the challenge? What's that?
I'm not even gonna check the other maps. Dividing Gear Wookiee Goblins. My holy grail of the early Fazir stages. Normally those maps I do completely, but I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm just gonna speed through it.
You can't use that skill.
Oh, that's why I was taking damage. There's a plague bearer somewhere. If only there wasn't a plague bearer, I could have stood in one place and spammed while benefiting from the bonus damage.
Can't do that.
Yeah, this map we can speed. No? Ah, fuck, I have to go down manually. Sometimes it works to teleport me, sometimes it doesn't. Look at what's happening. My screen is dying, is it? With so much stuff, so many enemies. All those enemies, not a single legendary though, so far in this map.
Your path is too heavy.
Okay, let's go. One more geo left, geocage or whatever. Nice. Aragon Show says LOL. LOL, Aragon Show. Welcome to my channel. Let's delete this. And this one's done as well.
Your pet has arrived.
Let's take this, this. Oh, look at that. I've had a lot of those for dismantling.
Your pet has returned.
So,
I mean, what could go wrong? Again?
no. What's the time? 11:30. Half an hour left until midnight.
Honestly, I think you could do better. Oh, ho, ho, ho. What will it be?
Let's do this one. Look at the name of this guy. Kryongza. Kryongza. That's an interesting name. Alright. We are at 18%. Might need to stop more often to kill some trash mobs. There we go.
You can't do that. You can't cast that spell here. You can't do that. That spell can't be cast. You can't do that. You can't cast that spell here. Your back is full. That spell cannot be cast. You can't use that skill.
Oh, nice. I was just gonna skip those and then boom, it makes me go back. Come on, come on.
Cast that here. You can't cast that here.
There we go. Those are dead. 62% nethering killed. I'm gonna skip ahead again. Are you winning today is Kyvarus' question. Well, this game doesn't have any competition, so there's no winning in this game, there's no losing either. So I like games like that, where there's no competitive. In fact, I'd much rather play games with zero competitive elements, regardless whether it's PvP or PV. I just don't like competitive elements in my games. Because then people, instead of competing, they start cooperating more. And it's much better that way. But I'm definitely not winning against the RNG. If let's say I'm fighting against the RNG is always winning in this game. I mean, I'm trying to get one item, the Ancient Ember Boots. Obviously, I want the Liu General as well. And I have those items on the online mode, on the online mode where all my other heroes are. I've got those items, but since I ran out of storage space for heroes and I want to make a Dusk Mage Bane, I had to make it offline, where I don't have access to my Legendarium, I don't have access to all the items from my stash and wardrobes. I have to farm everything from scratch, and it's like starting over the game and completely deleting everything. That's kind of how it feels. And I want one item, the Ancient Ember Boots, and actually two, Ancient Ember Boots and the Frost Wall. But even without the Frost Wall, I can kind of make the build and say, here ideally you would want the Frost Wall, so you can get that extra cooldown for Imbue Relic. It's annoying. It's annoying when you want to make a build, but the RNG is just showing you a middle finger. Covered in sandpaper. Let's see, maybe the gear bundles would help me. Come on, gear bundles, be good to me. No. The gear bundles definitely weren't good to us. The RNG battle, the endless RNG battle. If only developers would actually make more humane games with more reasonable RNG stacking and ways to negate it. If they would start making games for humans, not for zombies, that would be great.
That makes me strangely hungry.
Come on.
I mean, what could go wrong? Boy, that brings...
Let's do dividing. Come on.
You can't pass that.
And boom. What's the quest here? The flasks. Oh, this quest will be quick. And done. Now I just need to kill goblins. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Almost died. Alright, how many goblins? I think this group should do a trick. Now.
Your inventory is full.
What's next? Next to sell and start the next map. What's the time? 11:42 p.m. Few more maps, few more maps.
Well chosen.
Blazing Infamous, no,
Think they made a cutscene
No.
for that one?
no.
Oh, are you sure?
No. Come on, give me a good map. I know you want to.
Seen it before.
Dividing Hierarchy.
Time to die.
Now that's a good map. Oh, and it's this one. The archive. Or whatever its name is of the map layout. Should I clear this map fully? Or speed through it? The pancakes quest. I'm thinking of staying in this map and clearing it fully. We'll see. Or maybe just stop for the elites. And clear out all the elites. Another group, okay. Ah, they didn't follow, fuck. I expected those to follow me upstairs. So, maybe I should go the other way first.
That spell can't be cast.
Like this. And that worked well. Quick burst. Oh, wow, okay. It's very dropping blue stuff. Some scrolls and every now and then an item. Okay, next. Next on the agenda is going on the final place of this map that I'm still to visit. I'm gonna try and group up the enemies together. Ah! No, not this bug. The bug where it despawns them. It despawns and all enemies in the map get deleted. No more kills. Thankfully I managed to kill enough, so they drop the pancakes. So I can just go back and wood those pancakes and go to the boss room. You saw how the enemies disappeared, and then the places where I haven't been yet wouldn't spawn. It completely deleted all the enemies. It's as if you've just encountered or killed the boss and it's despawning everything in the boss room. The same happens to that one stage. So 1 or 2 more maps roughly, depending on the length of the maps. Good shoulder. Let's put it in the blue stash.
Well chosen. That doesn't sound so tough.
Come on, give me a good map. Good map. Good map. Where are you hiding? Good map. There's 2 dividing maps. Maybe I can do those.
If you think you can take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a dividing map.
What will it be?
Let's say dividing Headhunter Goblin map. Come on. Oh, so many bodies of goblins in one place. Oh no, fuck, there's a plague bearer here. Kind of countered me, this plague bearer, countered my tactic of standing still in the corner and spamming spells. Liu General, okay. Not one of the two items I wanted, but it was my number 3 most wanted item, so that's a okay drop. I just want the Frosto and the Ancient Ember boots. Or just the boots. It's Celestial boots, not the ones I wanted, but still it's boots. My Celestial boots are level 5, 9? Level 5. So a level 60 upgrade is definitely something that's welcome. I mean, it's finally time to remove those level 5 boots. And get some defense increase. The difference. 37 fire and physical, 40 physical, 47 fire now. What else do I get? I lose mana again. Okay, I can live without that mana again. And I get evasion. Actually, the evasion is slightly increased. I get some HP after killing goblins, which I really don't care about. It's a affix that shouldn't even exist in the game. It's just diluting the pool of affixes with something completely useless. Let's get energy for the boss fight. Oh, shit. Harmonic forms activated. I'm gonna lose the harmonic form. I'm gonna go early in the boss so I can get a few hits of harmonic form in. This is why I went here, so I can get 2-3 casts before harmonic form ends, so I can burst the boss. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. It's 11:58 p.m. I'm getting hungry and probably my pet is, although he's sleeping, but I have to wake him up to give him medicine. So thanks Struckwub, thanks for tuning in on Twitch and on YouTube, and for watching in general and being here. Keep it cool. Until next time, and goodbye from me.